Okay, gang, today we're gonna probably get some new Pokemon in our party. Depending on what I can find in the area. Oh, well, for a start, this thing is gonna be worth some watts to take out. I haven't played this in a couple of days. I haven't even done any, like, grinding or anything. For some reason. I just sort of was like, yeah, I'm gonna take a bit of a break. Hey, Iron Fury, how's it going? We have at least a fair chunk of a party going here. It's not perfect or anything, but we're getting somewhere. Also, yeah, we've got the ability to go surf, so we can go across the lake, and yeah. I forget when last you were here. We finished the 6th gym, as you can tell by the fact that we're able to go on the water and the bike. And I've been shuffling some folks around. We've got... I put this Beware up at the front. Oh god, when did Hatterene take all that damage? Obviously, Colossal is still really, really good. This big fucking bird doing big fucking bird things. Drill is up here at level 46. I may not even necessarily need that many more, like, party options. But I do want something that I can switch in, basically. We do have a Dark Gym and a Dragon Gym coming up. Not too far off from a standard Gen 8 solo run. Well, yeah, I mean, fair enough. It just sort of shakes out that way pretty easily. We could try catching this Glaceon over here. In theory, I don't know what level it is. The main thing I was thinking of grabbing as an option... Yeah, okay, this is outside of our pay grade for capture. Probably by, like, 1 level or something, right? 56, that certainly gives the illusion of such. I may not be able to kill this thing so easily, but you bet I'm gonna try. As it will be worth a good chunk of EXPs. Yeah. I can't catch it. It's too high level because of the fact that this game has that mechanic. Unfortunately, I took two hits there. Yeah, well. I know someone who can not... Yeah, because... Like, I get the idea of having, like, grind limitations for some things, but... I feel like that wasn't it, Chief, you know? Oh, this thing is surprisingly fast, actually. Well, thank goodness we didn't roll the, like, 5% for Steel Wing to miss. It's pretty jank, alright, I gotta say. It's not my favorite way for them to handle things, that's for sure. We should go back and heal, though. Anyway, I think if I'm gonna catch anything to have as an extra party member, I might get a Rabombi. Because that's generally a pretty good Pokemon, I feel. Bug is one of those attack types that is useful in a very select few situations, but it's very good for those. It's kind of like grass, but grass. Wait. And yeah, it being fairy type means that it works very well against Dark and Dragon, which are two of the upcoming... I mean, I think it would probably kick most of the Dark Gym's ass by itself, so... You got that going on. Hey, are you on the... Oh no, that's just the guy who opens the gate. This guy sells stuff. So what have you got? You got overheat, which is pretty strong. Earth power. Work up, earthquake, superpower. Oh, I wish that was close combat instead, but I could grab... Yeah, there's like good stuff there. There's actually good moves here. Wow. I think it's still kind of mixed because its stats were sitting like so perfectly. Let's get a look at you. Yeah, 89, 85. I just kind of mostly ended up with special by accident, but you can see it's an even split. Right now it's got high horsepower for an attack, and I'm feeling like I can get away with that for now. I'd like to upgrade that smackdown to something else, though. Surely this thing can't learn Power Gem, right? Like, coal wouldn't be considered gemish enough, yeah. Well, rest and rip. If I want another rock move for it, I'm probably going to have to find, like, Rock Slide or something. I could certainly pick it up and be like, I can use this at some point. Because, yeah, that wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea. Because that 5% accuracy will definitely cause problems. Always does. Don't lean back and think, oh, yeah, I can get away without that 5% accuracy, because bad news. Ooh. Ooh, it's 4-star. I don't think that's something I'm going to be able to really go up against too well, but I'll take a shot at it anyway. Let's see how badly we get shafted on this one, because I don't remember what level, like, 4-star raids are at. I'm playing on an actual Switch, yeah. So by all means, I probably could be like, hey, yeah, can we get people in here? But I just haven't done that at this point yet, that's all. Yeah, we'll see how this goes, and I guess it probably would not hurt to have a little extra. A little extra on the bones there. Oh yeah, thanks Eevee for not choosing to give me the, well, whatever. I have no idea what this Weavile can do, actually. It can be using that move while it's way too fast. That's a choice, alright. Yes, let me use Assurance on the fastest Pokemon, almost guaranteed, on the level. Oh, there goes our buffs. Oh yeah, it's got that, of course. So it can heal itself. Because that's what these need, right? At least it doesn't, like, re-trigger anything if it goes backwards over an HP threshold. That would just be ultra cheesy. Like, ugh. Ah, yes, good. Although we're getting pretty close here. Maybe this Mudbray actually has something that it can hit to... Oh, I think that landed the kill, actually. That's a shock. Which is worse? That's a good question. Until I picked this back up, forgot entirely about the death limits. I just remember that there was like a turn limit, and... that would have been the turn limit by itself would have been fine for... This is sort of what I was saying before about Gen 9's raid mechanics and how I think they're terrible, but we basically had a good thing going. The death limit is probably the one thing that I'd say that would need some adjustment. Otherwise, though, making it all turn-based, perfectly fine. The timer thing was unnecessary. And yeah, Heliolisk as a normal electric is kinda... It kinda mostly just hinders it. Like, normal as a secondary type at all is kind of... It is something that I feel really is only done with a lot of Pokemon to fill out the list of things, of type combinations that have been used, pardon me. It usually is just like, hey, yeah, enjoy your extra weakness to fighting. Like, technically, I guess you're immune to Ghost, but it doesn't usually end up being that much of a deal. Ooh, cross poison, that could be useful. That's a pretty solid move, all considered. Oh, hey, look, is that a Ditto? Oh, that thing's gonna have Imposter. I don't know how to strategize around that. Are you kidding me? Yeah, like, normal Ghost is just an upgrade from Ghost. Because then there you have 3 immunities. And it's probably one of the more stacked defensive types out there. You're still weak to Dark, but whatever. Plus, it's only a 1x weakness. Normal Psychic is decent because it covers up your Ghost weakness by making it an immunity. But I'm still sort of like neutral on it. But otherwise, yes, Heliolisk is a very good Pokemon to use in-game. Especially, they really did sort of introduce it in Gen 6 and were like, hey, we're gonna... Oh no, that's Ditto. Right. They introduced it in Gen 6 and were just like, yeah, this is gonna be one of your most useful Pokemon in the entire game. Because that was also when they introduced the... what were they called? Were they called Horde Encounters? I keep using that term for the outbreaks in 9, but I'm an idiot, so... There you go. And Heliolisk just mauls those and recovers massive amounts of HP in the process, thanks to it getting Parabolic Charge as a main move. And you probably would just immediately see that and go, oh yeah, I definitely need that. So for Mr. Mime here, we're gonna go with now hold on a second. What do you have moves? You do have Smart Strike for a steel attack. That's viable. Unfortunately, like, most of mine don't have a secondary type that's weak to ice, so the ice damage is neutral. That's although, yeah, throw in the big bird. Don't be a complete fool. Oh, oops. Oh, well, neat, though. Oh. Block the mic. Whoops. Yeah, so as far as Psychic Normal goes, yeah, Meloetta is just kind of goofy. And I mean, Farigiraf is a real Pokemon. Kind of, but it's not perfect. The ability is pretty good. The stats are not as impressive, I don't think. I mean, it's better than Girafarig, but that's not really saying a whole lot. Girafarig, a Pokemon that I think has only ever accomplished one cool thing, and that is getting insta-banned from Little Cup. Which, I don't know if that's that cool. Never mind. And rip the Salazzle. Oh no. I mean, oh no, because this is a terrible set of allies then, but... You know, who's out there feeling bad for Salazzle, right? You're the Salazzle. Well, alright, Roundy. Ran into a shiny Dragonair while fishing in the Safari Zone in Fire Red. Oh, yeah, that was not gonna get caught. Safari Zone shiny. Oh no, that's a Pokemon that is just there to mock you, really. What an incredibly rude game. Unsurprisingly, the first shiny that I ever caught was a Gyarados in 2nd gen. But as far as ones that are not like forced shiny encounters, I cannot remember offhand. I've been playing these games for a while, so I feel like it was pretty late on compared to that, though, like several generations later before I encountered another shiny, and one that wasn't like obligate. So I mean, yeah, Salazzle definitely has that going on, and like I think that what happened in that regard is that the nature of the conversation surrounding it changed a little bit, because I've definitely heard people bringing it up, but like, I feel like fewer people are ragging on Salazzle for being so aggressively fucky, right? Meanwhile, Lopunny does not get any end of, you know, oh, sure, it's fine when non-mammals do it, etc. I don't know where I'm going with that. I just have been like, I don't feel like getting stuff from my Pokedex if I don't want to use it, because I've already done a full wow. My pronunciation has gone completely down the toilet. I've already done a full Pokedex playthrough of this game before, not on this channel or anything, and I have all of these Pokemon in storage. I think the only thing that I'm missing from the Gen 8 Pokedex, it's not like promotional, as it were. You know, nothing that was event only. The only thing that I'm missing from the Gen 8 Pokedex in my Pokemon home is Zamazenta. And I think at some point I could probably just try to set up to get one of those through a trade or something. Or maybe at some point I'll go completely shit crazy and just buy a copy of Shield for $30 just to get the Zamazenta. I was entertaining it before too, like, I thought about picking up a copy of Shield. And a large part of that was just like the things that are not in my collection do slightly annoy me, Pokemon-wise. I wouldn't go buy Scarlet to just get Koraidon and the two Paradox beasts, but there's a gun type. What did they hack Shadow the Hedgehog into the game? Oh. Wah, wah, wah. Easy jokes. But yeah, I mean, I guess. Is the Mr. Mime for this generation and its evolution, are those actually good? Because I've kind of just always thought that they were, well, on the quality of Mr. Mime, but unfortunately also saddled with an ice type. Which at least is a little bit better in Gen 9, but like, a lot of that is, you know, special circumstances, at least if you're just playing in-game. And of course this jerk stole my attack buffs. Dang it. Dang it, Bobby. Could you, like, not... Oh, and I got paralyzed. Wow, thanks, Martin. Thinking of Body Slam. I remember the era back when that paralysis wouldn't have worked. Because I'm also normal type. Good old weird Gen 1 mechanics. And kabonk. Alright, Martin, I really hope you're, like, prepping a cosmic power, a stored power or something. Soul Rock can do a stored power set, right? As in, it can learn stored power. This is one strong, fat squirrel. Psychic. Dude, come on. Ah, shit. We might have lost from we might have lost the run to RNG, dude. Yeah, great move to use first. Ah, damn it. Well, that's Rip Run. Oh, well. I'll just be disgusted quietly. We got a couple of Sawks out here. These are also kind of like real Pokemon. Hey, come here, you. Bug, over here. Alright, what kind of level is this cutie fly at? Other than probably, like... terrible. 27 is fine, it's just that... the deeper you get into the game... the more of a pain in the... something it becomes... to actually capture low-level Pokemon. Like, 10 levels ago, this sort of level difference would still be like, hey, it's a little slow to raise this thing, but I feel it would be... oh god, I feel it would be less difficult to capture is what I'm trying to say. So we can't touch these two buttons, but we can power trip for like 2 damage at a time. And by that I mean that's actually still pretty significant amounts of damage. Oh, hey, that auto filter works decently so far, at least, for catching some of the viewer bots. I kind of appreciate that its message is like, remove the space. Yeah, I think anybody who's ever seen how these things work, well, would immediately look the other way, you know. Would immediately not be convinced by somebody who's telling them to remove the space from their link. That seems like you're trying to do something nasty, but also... most people, I think, can recognize links that are in pieces and go like, yeah, let me make sure I remove the space for it if they actually wanted to use it. Then again... I may be severely overestimating the level of internet and tech literacy that most people have. Alright, so we got ourselves another Pokemon. Yay. Thing is very silly looking. Alright, Buzz Bomb here. You're in here. I mean, obviously it looks nothing like the enemy from Banjo-Kazooie, but... eh. Let's at least go pick ourselves up a little bit of wattage here. Berkeley Busby. Nice. We gotta... Oh. Okay, so there is one of those hiding... I just couldn't see what... It looked different, but... Eh. Alright, you guys... How much... do we need to give the digging duo here? 500. Okay. Oh, it's alright. I understood it, so close enough. Bag of Stardust, sure. Light clay, meh. Hey, bag of Stardust. Alright. Fossilized dino, neat. I don't know that we're going to use those anytime soon, but... Look at all these chunks that we're getting. Not bad. Hey, you. Well, you can use both of them, oddly enough. They sort of present it like it should be some sort of trade-off thing. But not so much. And we only get the one rare bone and fossilized bird, but that's alright. Wow, alright, sir. That's... That doesn't seem necessary, but... Realizing I don't have that much fuller of a follow-up here, so... Oops. There's me about to mash into a second heal. Like I often do. Okay, sadly, Forge is going to temporarily sit on the bench whilst I get some things going here. At least to get experience to the rest of the team, right? Sort by type. Oh wow, we're like all the way down here. Whoops. And sure, we'll use the ones that are worth like almost nothing just to say we did. No need for that. Muting for a second here. All right, couple notes. So one, very fast evolution there, and second of all, not to mention getting up to level 46, but also Pollen Puff is really solid. That's gonna end up coming in handy. This was introduced in like either this generation or Gen 7, I don't remember. 9100, 15 PP. It deals damage if it targets an enemy or heals your ally if you target an ally. So, a very flexible move. It's kind of like... I don't think it's better than Bug Buzz because Bug Buzz has a chance to lower a stat, but... yeah, so I wasn't super concerned about Bug Buzz for this particular Pokemon. It's more like, what other move types could I get in there? I could have Dazzling Gleam to have more of a fairy type nuke than just Draining Kiss, but I actually don't know if I have a whole lot of options right now. Oh, Magical Leaf, I guess. That's a different type of damage, but that's not very strong, so it might not be super useful. Swift, yeah, that's not useful anymore, that's for sure. Yeah, so I'll have to take a look at some stuff later on. For the moment, I should at least be set to go and deal with Spikemuth. I feel like that is very likely to be the case. Oh, hey, one of these things. Glalie, not the Avalanche TM. The Avalanche TM exists, but... also, wow, this Glalie is level 55. Oh! Oh, boy, that's not great. Yeah, it's either here or somewhere else. And by that, I mean there's another ice route, because there's kind of a few of them here. Galarian Darmanitan is a pretty good Pokemon. I will give it some consideration, because I already like my team. It's like, ooh, well, I guess we could at least have it in reserve just in case we decide to use it, right? Yeah, because, well... just stack the buff that it already has even more, because... to be honest with you, it's a strategy. And not a bad one. Let's just go for the Drill Peck, because that should give us a kill anyway? Question mark? Yeah. That was probably one of the strongest Glalies I've seen, like, ever. I mean, surely I've seen ones at higher level, but not necessarily so much in the relative sense, right? That one was 10 levels above me and actually did some damage. Asterisk, we're not counting Mega Glalie because I forgot about it. What's interesting about that is I'm pretty sure Mega Glalie was the one that they were letting you use in the ORAS demo. Which is an interesting choice because like, is that the one that we're trying to advertise? Which is, you know, an odd choice, but also I think that's as much of that as I saw for Mega Glalie. But it's been a while, so I don't remember for sure. Yeah, it used Sheer Cold a couple of times. It actually got a kill with it once, so... Yes, you got the Shiny Beldum for playing the demo, which, well, is just infinitely more useful. And that, I highly doubt, is a controversial statement. Because on top of that, if I recall correctly... Oh, was it that Shiny Beldum that had, like, hold back and stuff? Or was that a Beldum that was distributed in Gen 7? Because I remember that there were a couple of instances of that, and one of them came with what was basically, you know, knockoff False Swipe, which... Again, is great for something that you could get at just the start of the game for free. Send in Blossom. Well, we can deal with that in a number of ways. And this is how I'm going to do it in this case. Ah, yes. Move from Route 9 to Route 9. Got anything else to say? No, he's just going to teach us how to... Well, I guess technically teach us how to surf. Yeah, here comes his Grapple Lock. Let's put Corvid-19 up at the front to fight this thing because it's a fighting type. Despite hanging out in the water like that, not water type at all. Somehow. Yeah, this is a Pokemon that exists and is rather unfortunate. Let's learn Soak. That's not really that useful on a water type, but I guess... What else do you flavor it as? It works for some water types. Like, Lapras can learn Thunderbolt, so... It's a pretty alright choice there. taking a bit of a moment to get a look at the lay of the land here because, yeah. Sorchester Bay is kind of our sort of stereotypical Pokemon game water maze area. Oh yeah, we got a couple of interesting Pokemon over here. Two neat ones from Gen 7 and an Octillery. I'll take the Never Melt Ice. This thing shouldn't be too hard to deal with, probably. Do like Dhelmise quite a bit as a Pokemon, but again, I'm sort of liking the situation we're in for now when it comes to party. If I feel like I need something else later, I will change that and get something else, I guess. Okay, there's definitely some stuff that I missed, so I'm going to go back and work on getting that. And it does not start and end with this random trainer, so I can say that for us. Oh hey, I can take this honey that's worth like a tiny amount of money. Yeah, so far it's looking like this is pretty simple. As usual. Pyukumuku. That's a Pokemon that I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think about too often. Well, that guy was kind of rude. I forgot about that ability entirely, too. Is there nothing here? Or did I get it before? It seems like it could go either way. A max revive. That's not bad. Let's deal with this thing. That grapple locked earlier actually used Octo Lock on us, which is a pretty cool move. I've mentioned that before. Neat that I kind of got to show it off anyway, because otherwise it's not likely to come up. Grapple Locked is a really cool move, but very little ability to use it properly, unfortunately. I don't even think that it was ever viable in VGC either, which is all double battles, where you'd think that you'd have a situation like that where you could put it to use a little better, but unfortunately, no such luck. Ah, well, many such cases, you know? Hey, nice crit. We take those. Anything that turns a fight into a single Pokemon encounter, well... Single attack. Alright, so there is a duo trainer up there still. Okay, I just want to make sure that I've explored everything else in this area. Oh, okay, so it's kind of a loop. Well, that's neat. A couple of dive balls. Don't know how useful they'll be in the future, but... Oh, so are these not actual trainers? No, she just gives us the dive TM. Alright. Well, neat. Okay, so that's got to be the way to go, right? Yeah. Surely. Hey, Alan, how's it going, buddy? I see you there. Peeking in with your funny sunglasses. That emote that Credenza put together, because he would. That's that guy's sense of humor. So far, yeah. Why does that emote look like it's got such a massive amount of space under it when I hover over it? Thanks, Twitch. Or Frankerface, or whichever it is. Oh, well. Hey, look at us. We need, like, only 2 attack move types on this Pokemon. Let's send out Throw. Now, I want to say that Throw is actually more specially defensive. So this might be severely slowing down our ability to actually, like, fight this thing. But, I'm sure it'll be fine. And yeah, you listen very closely in the background there. You can hear the old Gen 1 psychic sound in that. And I do appreciate the nostalgia stuff because I'm very old. Well, again, I say that as like the youngest person in this group, but I've been around for a while. I'm going back to heal. So I do appreciate that on that level, but also it does kind of remind me sometimes that Pokemon is like so obsessed with its own past. I mean, I guess if you want real proof of that, think about all the times they've remade Kanto. You know, we've got the Fire Red, Leaf Green. We've got Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I'm going to count Heart Gold, Soul Silver, because those were remakes of games that had Kanto in them. And they just love using those old Pokemon. Even ones that I don't think a lot of people are thinking about quite as much will show up very easily. Although, on the other hand, if they want to keep putting Tauros and everything, I'm not going to complain about that. Oh, hey, here's an item that I forgot about. A zoom lens. That would be pretty good if we equipped it specifically to a slower Pokemon who has accuracy issues, which, to be honest with you, I don't really think I have that going on right now. But sure, I'll find another Graplocked. Also, I've only recently noticed, Alan, your name is now in bright white instead of red, and I don't know if it's just in here or what. Hey, Retro, how's it going? We are currently in the middle of this ice route. Yeah. Oh, I see. Huh. Alright, then. I have never done anything with Twitch Turbo. In fact, sometimes I forget it exists. Oh, I get you. Yeah, it's kind of hard to justify, like, well, realistically, it feels like it's hard to justify any expenditure at any time, but I digress. I'm loving Black Mage in 14. I believe Black Mage got a fairly serious overhaul with the recent patch. Maybe that's only at, like, the higher levels, but it sounded like I was hearing some people saying that it was quite a change. That apparently it's a lot more of a thing you can move around with, which is great because I swear every time I played Black Mage, I just turned into an absolute magnet for any sort of AoE that wasn't specifically targeted at the tank. The game would just be like, yeah, by the way, you just set down your ley lines? Well, you better get out of those. And it quickly became like one of the most surprisingly feel-bad classes in the entire game for that. At least with Red Mage, I don't have to spend too long charging to start my spells. Because then I can use whatever the short one is. My brain's like Singe or Fletch or shit like that, but that's not correct either, I don't think. But yeah. Either way, my HP was extremely low there, so I think I got something I deserved a little bit. I actually don't have anything good to fight water types with right now. Somehow. I probably should do something about that at some point. Again, I could teach something Magical Leaf, but that's not the greatest amount of damage anybody's ever seen. I mean, it would probably get some of the job done usually, but still. Send out Wailord. That thing's got a lot of HP. Yes, the very small Wailord. You guys remember Tiny Wailord, right? The Wailord that barely comes up to the dude's shoulders. That's normal, right? Or are they just stunted everywhere in the 3D games outside of Ore? Actually, I say that I don't remember what kind of scale Wailord sits at in Pokemon Battle Revolution. Because I haven't really played Pokemon Battle Revolution at any point, so I guess it's quite easy to not remember in that case. But Freshwater is only 30 in this generation? It seems weird. Anyway. Yeah, no, in Colosseum, Wailord was scaled appropriately. In fact, all the Pokemon were. So you'd have a guy who would just have a Wailord next to a regular tiny Pokemon, and it would be really funny. Because Wailord, being somewhere between a whale and a blimp, is quite large. Oh, it tried to turn that into a link round. Yeah, I don't know why I hovered over it like I was expecting anything to show up. Clearly, it's just me being a buffoon. I'm a little early to April Fools. Wait. But hey, neat. See, on some level, I'd be like, you would think maybe it would be smarter about knowing when to form links and not, but there's all kind of like ability to have almost anything as a domain ender there now for web addresses. So you probably could have a website that ends in .gif as just like the link to the basic site. And not even like, hey, yeah, I'm going to a file on the... Because obviously that part, yeah. And here we've got Octillery just... doing Octillery things, parentheses, not living long enough to do all the damage it could. Octillery, a Pokemon that usually shows a lot of promise but can't live up to it. Ever. Oh yeah, look at all these moves you can learn. And these pretty decent attack stats, and then it just dies instantly. Mantine, meanwhile, this is a Pokemon that has picked up a lot more... its stocks have gone up a little bit over the years as people sort of realize, oh hey, this is actually a really good special tank. Just don't put it in front of anything electrical. Ah, the big goofy whale orb went to sleep. Just that weird speaker from a couple of the Homestar Runner cartoons. Now, let me take a look at what I've got in terms of move options for dealing with certain things here. Oh yeah, I should probably remove that jar of honey that is not super useful. Oh, nobody can learn Seed Bomb? Yeesh. That's rude. Oh, good. This thing can learn energy Ball. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Fantastic. That'll help me fight water types. Oh yeah, Rock Slide will be good for... Was that... Okay, yeah, it was Build-A-Brawl that can learn that. Do you have space for that in your move pool, buddy? Actually, no. I like what I have right now, so... yeah. We'll give up on that. But that's more a thing for Forge once that's a fella back in the party, right? Depending when that is. Alright, so here we are at the outskirts of town. Here. Ooh, well, what are you doing out of the water? That's slightly freaky. Yeah, I know. The swimmers over here are just in the same outfits for being out in this middle of the ice zone here. What a choice. Alright, put our bug right up at the front here, and... energy ball should be good enough to let us fight this thing. Not enough for the one shot, but this is usually a pretty stout Pokemon anyway. So... that's perhaps not too weird. Yeah, just a little. Just a little. Just a little ominous. Hey, scope lens. That is a much more rounded sort of utilitarian item. Alright, so what's going on over in this dingy-looking alleyway? Oh, is this the town's gate? Looks like it leads into some sort of warehouse. Oh, it's you again. What are you doing behind all those crates? Oh, I see. You can actually go through a grass path here. And encounter this cat. Hey, Lipard. Did you get bored of causing problems in Gen 9 Natdex Ubers? Did you get bored of killing that entire format? Oh, you did? Oh. That explains a lot. Oh boy, guard spec. I guess Giovanni was here. This is like a huge gaping gap in the wall. What do you mean people don't know how to get here? You never thought... Nice. I never thought the Lipards would eat my face. That's... Alright, just go in for high damage here. Oh no, not Torment. I think that gets removed as soon as the user faints, though, which, I mean... Lipard is so fragile that it doesn't really make sense for a cat, honestly. But, hey, who am I to... Oh, that's who I am to say anything, right. The person who's saying things. Oops! It's kinda not that tanky, but to be fair, it's also not using Torment. Ouchies! That's a lot of damage. To be fair, I guess this is a pretty high risk play here, but this thing is getting blown off the map immediately. Just immediate vaporization. Yeah, a little bit, and by a little bit, I mean, oh boy! Brave Bird is nice and all, but I prefer my non-recoil, so... Ouchies. That's a lot of hurt that I'm taking there, so... Switch back in. Dazzling Gleam will kill, but even Draining Kiss should do it. I mean, Dark Fighting. That's a type combination that absolutely got its teeth kicked in when they introduced Fairy type. Ugh. And granted, Scrafty probably deserved it because that thing is way too tough for its own good, really, otherwise. Oosh. And about to send in more Pekko. So, and we're going to deal with that using this guy. Rival, you're just somebody who keeps showing up. You train all Pokemon of the same type, basically. Well, same two types, really. That's kinda underwhelming for a rival. Granted, this is definitely a game where basically everybody is kind of underwhelming in terms of the recurring characters anyway. I like the gym leaders, usually. I feel like at bare minimum, they should be, like, not indistinguishable from random members of an evil team, right? Because, like, oh, wow, Marnie is just using dark and poison type Pokemon. What are you, every Team Rocket member? Jeez. Well, she'd probably be a little closer if she had more Rattatas, I guess, but... Like, does it need to be full-on competitive? I don't necessarily know about that, but I would like for... I'd like to have the ability to just go, oh yeah, I actually have a reason to be interested in what you have. Most other rivals tend to have a wide variety of Pokemon on the team. I mean, look at Silver... Gary motherfucking Oak, even Hop. As much as we talk shit about him, and completely justifiably, He does usually have a fair variety of Pokemon on his team. All right, yeah, so their idea of a gym mission is really bad ambushes. Like, what if Po Town sucked? And that's kind of what we've got going on with this area. Oh, hey, look, it's a Mr. Mime. Yeah, like, it was an actual moment. Again, I think that Gen 7 had good stories. They kind of screwed some things up with how they did them in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But a large part of that, I think, is just that they didn't really show a difference between the two worlds very well until quite late on, so it made the whole thing feel quite jarring. And with something that is a rather sensitive thing that you would really not want to fuck up if you're making a video game for children. But I digress. We're here for this game. And in this game, many characters are extremely underwhelming. Neon signs, huh? There certainly are some of those. I like how the Mr. Mime does one frame of doing the wall animation before just moving on. Just like... Oh, hey, I remember this part of level 13 of Crash Bandicoot. Oh. That's a strong stretch. Level 13 or level 23 of Crash 3, where you had the guys who would reach out of the windows and throw pots of things that catch fire at you. My references make total sense. Except when they frequently don't. It was until I completely obliterated it in a single hit, which probably makes him a little happy. Wow, look at these absolute goofuses. They're also always sending two fellas after us, and we only fight one at a time. Don't know what's up with that, but okay. This thing is... It would have gotten a hit on me even without that, but okay, guy, sure. Okay, game, go ahead and completely waste that priority move when you could use Ice Punch. I don't know. And off they go, and as does the Mr. Mime. How long is this section? Well, we turn here, so... Oh. Oh, are you guys actually going to give me multiple fights? Oh, it's just a double battle, isn't it? Well, that's something anyway. So Drapion is actually kind of a really shit Pokemon to fight. Because Poison and Dark is an extremely good type combination. I mean, it doesn't cover itself perfectly or anything. We're not going to be complete fools here. But I don't think it has any dual weaknesses, which is a bit of a rarity for a lot of Pokemon double types. It's neutral to Fairy because of its poison type. It's neutral to Fighting because of its poison type. It's immune to Psychic because of its dark type. In fact, I think its only weakness might be Ground. So while we've got a moment, we should probably heal up, because our main is taking a bit of a poke here. Tried sorting these by type. That might help. Yeah. Oh, I probably should also grab this. You know, so I can slowly accumulate those things that are worth, like, 20 Poke currencies each. So, wait, they're disguising themselves as... Wait, that phrasing is a little bit odd, because... I mean, obviously the idea, we get it, is that Team Yell is made up of the Spikemuth gym leaders, and they're there to kind of, like, be boosters for their cities, but... City, rather. But saying it as disguised as implies almost that they're a whole other group that already exists elsewhere for other reasons, and I'm overthinking this. Just as much as Rose underthinks everything, but I digress. Let's go fight Piers Morgan, apparently. Oh, that really doesn't look like Piers Morgan. Never mind. He does, however, look incredibly old. And yet very young at the same time. Why would no... Oh, right, because, yeah. Whole thing is locked down. And yeah, again, there's the framework of an interesting idea here of like, hey, yeah, the Dynamax power spots are, you know, people didn't really choose where those were, and if that's going to be the thing that powers sports, and those are the cities that get more economic benefits in that. Like, again, there's there's a seed of a plot here that they could have done something with, but they chose not to. Which, okay. A Pokemon game doesn't necessarily need that much, but whenever you see a thing that it's like, you could have done a lot with that, and then you see that they didn't, there's something that's a little bit of a feel-bad moment there, at least to me. Oh, and of course this guy is a jerk opening with Fake Out. About to send in Malamar. Well, we're also in a very good position to absolutely obliterate this thing. Buddy, don't reveal your entire strategy. Why are the soccer hooligans also goth? Because the writers are Japanese and don't have a great grasp of British culture? I do not know. I don't have a good answer for this, I'm sorry. But you are correct to ask that question because, yeah, what does give here, actually? Like, I suppose that I'm not exactly an expert in any of this kind of thing because I'm an American, but I feel like if I was to go down to some British football club, I would not be expecting to hear, like, The Mission playing or something, you know? Oh no, my inability to... Oh wait. Squish. He's using Obstagoon. I'm surprised that he didn't immediately just fall into a strategy of starting with Obstruct to cause problems. Obstruct being a protect style move that also lowers your attack if you used a move that made contact. Pain Split is not what I'm particularly interested in, but could be useful under certain other circumstances. Yeah, we're switching out to deal with Skuntank. Skuntank is, yet again, a Pokemon that good solutions to don't exactly exist because it's another Poison Dark. It's also a skunk that can use Explosion, I think. And Flamethrower. Scunthorpe. Nice. Hey, wait a second. I'd say, shouldn't that be beeped out? But I don't censor those words on this channel. Also, yeah, Skuntank's face kind of looks like a butt. And if I recall correctly, in some of the older games, it even has, like, on its back spray, a little pixel for its butthole. So, if that is true, that would make it, I think, the only Pokemon that has any sort of rendering of its asshole. That's... that's really a strange thing to exist, but regardless, welcome to the world of Pokemon. I'll find a way to make everything worse somehow. Well, we got the dark type uniform. Neat, I guess. And also we got the badge. That's more important. This is the first named dark badge in the entire series. I think by this point, they switch over from having unique names for the badges to being just like type name here, badge. And of course, this is the first proper dark type gym in the entire series. So it is timed slightly funnily. Skuntank is a pretty decent Pokemon. Like, far from being my favorite or anything. But it works pretty solidly. It does good things, and it can get some good moves. Skuntank can learn Flamethrower, for example, among a couple of other interesting things. Alright, so what's up, Cape Man? Oh yeah, I'm sure that Raihan will be a bit of an interesting proposition. So I don't remember all of what Raihan uses, except A, he's a double battle gym leader, and 2, his ace is Duraludon. So first of all, do I need to come in here and... I actually don't need to, never mind. So Duraludon is a Pokemon that's a little bit funky to deal with because it's a Dragon Steel type. Dragon reduces some of Steel's weaknesses, not all. It's still weak to fighting and ground. But Steel resists everything that Dragon is weak to. So, a very synergistic typing that before that point had only existed in legendary Pokemon. Unless there's something that I forgot for some reason. And for very good reason. Because that's the kind of thing you don't want too many of flying around. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. Unfortunately, Bug does not resist poison. And neither does Psychic. Finally, Poison type is one that actually has, like, good usability. Because remember in Gen 1 when everything was Poison type and then Psychic types just ate them? And there weren't really amazing Poison type moves? What's this thing doing all the way up here? What is this thing doing all the way up here? Oh yeah, our funny little bug can deal with that. I mean, you've got me there. It's looting an abandoned building. Yeah, Rabombi is quite good. I don't remember what it was like in Gen 7, but here it has access to some pretty good moves overall. And all around, it's just a pretty solid, like, toolbox kind of Pokemon. Again, using this terminology once again. But, yeah. Now that we've healed up, I am... going to pause now that loading screen is over and be right back. Oh boy, there's a blizzard somewhere in the wild area. Wow, it's not like it's not one of those somewhere every day in the wild area. Anyway, back to it, everybody. Now, surely they want us to go through here for a reason. That's right. Yeah, he was... The champion was walking by in his cape covered in advertiser logos. Like it's a NASCAR jumpsuit, right? Oh, wild Dynamax. That's a thing that is worth knowing about. Remember the game had a plot? Because, to be fair, it did. Ooh, that's a little worrying. That's an extremely strange thing to happen. Oh, it's a big berserker. As always, Hop's eyes are on the prize there. Thank you, Rowdy. Nice. Berry tree. I've been, like, neglecting those since pretty early on. Oh well. Safety goggles. They protect the holder from both weather-related damage and powder. That's right. All you need to not get hurt by a violent sandstorm is a pair of goggles. Write it down, everybody. Doublade. That's a Pokemon that I need to switch to deal with. Hey, good choice. Ooh, that's still a fair chunk of damage, actually. Let's go for Drill Run to try and do the most damage here possible. And yeah, with a crit? Ooh. About to send in Poltegeist, huh? We haven't seen... Have we even seen the regular Sinistea yet? Anyway, we can stay in on that. And fight this fella. And yes, I am saying the goggles, they do nothing. The goggles do nothing. There we go. I uncorrected it. Sorry. I was about to say overcorrected, but that would be incorrect. Wait a second. Ooh. This just seems to keep ending up that way. So, Passimian, I believe, is a normal fighting for some incredibly goofy reason. Like, alright, Oranguru being normal psychic, like, I know why it's psychic, but normal is just a little bit of a piss take, but eh. Yeah, that thing's normal fighting. Because they were just like, hey, yeah, monkey, what type do we make it? Normal. And then they gave them other types based on their classes, I guess you could say? Because, yeah, obviously, Oranguru and Passimian are sort of partners on some level. At least insofar as, like, they're a matched pair kind of thing. Sort of, I guess, like Mischievous and Murkrow were for a brief period, both being Duskstone-based evolutions. Or Pokemon that have Duskstone-based evolutions, rather, I guess, but... Oh, I'm getting all these words wrong, guys. Just gonna say it in the eating my own tongue tone of voice if I can. This guy's got TMs for sale. Are any of them good, though? That's the question. And the answer is going to be... as, like, counters or something. Not so much. When I say the idea of, like, matched pair, it's in the sense of the ones that are, like, here's these Pokemon that are generally version exclusive to each other's versions, and they're explicitly designed to be partners. Although Carbink and Deontay do have some design elements they share. So it's not entirely wrong. But, like, okay, think about Electabuzz and Magmar, except if they were explicitly designed to be, like, interconnected in some way, right? Or like Tauros and Miltank if they were version exclusives, I guess. Although I think that most of us are like, the less we want to think about, yeah, Pinsir and Scyther, there you go, that's a good one. And then later Pinsir and Heracross after Scyther spun off into its own thing and became like, they put it in everything. Although, yeah, obviously Heracross was sort of designed to be like a partner to Pinsir in a sense in Gold Silver. But it wasn't a version exclusive thing for a little while anyway. Later on it was. Like, yeah, obviously this is sort of a thing that I'm describing in a way that that my explanation is attributing it more transience than you would probably expect it to be able to support as an idea, but pardon me. But yeah, Pinsir and Scyther are definitely a good example of what I'm talking about. So, like, consequently, you have Passimian and the other thing that I already forgot the name of because it's silly. That were sort of designed to be like an obvious pair of like, hey, here's these two monkeys, but they have, you know, one of them's part of a soccer team and the other one is like a yogi, which is such a weird split. Why that? What? But again, it sort of makes this idea of like character classes where one is the mage and one is the physical anything, whatever you choose. Oh, hi, Tav. That's right. We have dinosaur parts and rare bones. Well, not so much the rare bones anymore because I sold those for money. We'll be able to find more of those eventually, though. Probably. It's alright, I probably don't need all this money, but I'm doing this anyway. Oh, those are some quite valuable apples, all considered. 1,100 each. Alright, sure. And those aren't the ones that evolve the apple Pokemon. Okay. Whatever you say, boss. Boss. Oh. Hey, look what I forgot. It's time to restart the collection. Oh. Oh, I forgot that was even a thing. Wow. Look at me having one brain cell, and it's not devoted to that, that's for sure. Anyhow, let's go And... oh, get more cutscenes before we can drive our bike into the castle. Right. Right, this game has a story, apparently. At least that's what they want us to call it. Oh, of course, the idiot brigade doesn't know anything. Wow. Ah, yes, I do love when you get a choice and the answers are exactly the same. It's like I'm playing a real mobile game. Wait. Yeah, I'm sure that Raihan will have something silly for us to worry about, but until then, I'll probably be fine. Hopefully. Hey, ball guy. Just had to come by and see what he was up to. Alright, let's do this. Bone up, Dragon Boy. Oh, that sounded terrible. Just like usual. That's right. Again, all about double battles, which is a thing that I mentioned before. Tapestry. Yes. Well, they're not even making me play a goofy minigame this time. Or do any puzzles. It's just like, hey, fight these guys. And oh, he's got a combination that is actually interesting. Because it's not just, hey, here's 2 random dragons I had. He's got a Pelipper, too, which is doing support. And not immediately eating my weird bug. So, points there, I guess. And yeah, dragons are definitely not what they used to be. Fairy type is everywhere. And the sheer availability of Dazzling Gleam alongside some other moves definitely means that dragons are not exactly having the best time anymore. Perhaps they made them a little bit too available, because it's not like dragons didn't already have to contend with Ice Beam being on so many Pokemon. But ultimately, you won't catch me out here actually complaining. Oh, I think they give us an opportunity to heal first. Well, I think we'll be okay. Let's see what we've got on the go here. Ooh, Turtonator and Ninetales. Shit. I dislike that immensely. Yeah, because, like, none of our moves are good here. Yeah, I wouldn't even be able to point at Turtonator and be like, hey, yeah, we're doing just average damage to it, even. That's gonna put a slight damper on things. Only slight. We'll be able to mitigate this, though. Let's just see if we can blow out the... Let's see if we can deal with Ninetales first. Yeah, he's setting up Shell Trap. Because, of course. Again, Pokemon with a signature move, what do you expect is going to happen? That didn't do anything, buddy. Maybe just try to land a quick kill with Sucker Punch. I mean, our physical attack is nothing to write home about. Oh, I was really hoping that we had enough damage there, just because Ninetales is not exactly the most durable creature anybody's ever seen. Yeah, it's a choice. That's all I can say about it, really, that makes any sense, is it's a choice. Because, yeah, okay, it's all double battles, sure. But also, they're playing very heavily against the target type here. Which, okay, but also this is like this weird established pattern that makes these hand gestures that I suppose probably meant something at one point way back in the history of our species, but right now are just me looking like a jackass, and there's nobody here to even see it. Other, you know, because I can talk about it on stream, but I'm behind a computer desk. I don't have a webcam. So yeah, that's a fight I need to heal off of. That's one that really wants you to have, well, a rock type in the party. I didn't bring my good one, so oops. Again, good thing we have all these healing items. May as well put them to use. That's why I sold all that other crap, just in case I need more. I'm willing to bet they have no PP recovery moves, items available anywhere. Because that's the way this game is. That's the way every Pokemon game is, really. Alright, what are we facing here? Abomasnow and Hakamuro. So I'm fairly certain that Hakamuro has what's it called? Overcoat, I think? To block weather effects. Because of course it would. if we're dealing with a Bomb of Snow setting Hail. Which, shoutouts to all of these strategies just being, hey, weather exists. Pollen Puff is bug type. Despite the fact that you would think from a name like that it would probably be grass type. It's as strong as Bug Buzz, and it can be used to heal a partner, so... I mean, what a completely sick, nasty move. Do I need to heal? I don't need to heal. But I should at least take this thing. Where does Rabombi keep getting all those jars from? Also, what the hell are they advertising on these billboards? Like, just those pills, and there's a Machoke on the ad. Is this jacket puffy, or is he have... I think it's supposed to be that he's got, like, a puffy jacket. But it does kind of look a little odd. Ah, I see. He's gotta be... Yeah, Sandstream. Well... Well, poopy buttholes, because that's not a great weather for us to be sitting in. Because it gives rock types more special defense. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Gigalith took nothing there. I mean, it's not weak to the move by any means, but, like... This thing actually has pretty sick special defense. And he sent out Sandaconda. You know, Sandaconda, the dragon type. This all makes total sense, I swear. Ah, yes, Glare, which is the new Thunder Wave, because it's 100% accuracy. He's using Sneaky Pebbles, of course. I should not be surprised, but I am still a little upset. Yo, nice. I forgot that was even a thing. Thank you for getting rid of that paralysis. But it failed, of course. Alright, so let's see if we can do this without switching, because... I mean, if we get a switch to put in... Excadrill, it's lights out for this thing. It's gonna get absolutely turned into a fine paste, but... Let's try to see if we can do that without. Let's see how this goes. I did not remember a lot of Raihan's animations other than him, like, mugging for the camera all the time. But I kind of like the way that he's got, like, this, like, crazy grin and, like, kind of going for a bit of the feral vibe there. Feral, not... If it sounded like I was saying pharaoh, no. I understand I have an accent, but I just suck at words. Anyway. Oh, that bug is getting squished. And hey, it's not like you can set Sandstorm when there's already Sandstorm, but at least I got the heal in. So yeah, we're gonna chip that thing a little bit at best, and that's it. But yeah, like... I like this guy. And yeah, give me that like 5 stealth rock damage. Exactly 5. All right, I wasn't trying to call that, but that was a pretty well called shot. Unfortunately, Dynamax has technically upped it to 7 damage we took. Oh no. And down it goes. Wow, who could have imagined that an earthquake would be that powerful against a big building, right? Oh, speaking of earthquake, well, goodbye, Drill Run, you have served us well. But now, there's not enough double battles for me to worry about the detriments of using that in a double battle. If I had realized that he was all about the Sandstorm strats, I could have just let off with Excadrill and given this guy a really bad time. But that's okay. I think this was probably a little better for there to be something actually going on, right? And hey, now we can catch any Pokemon we want, which is great because I think now they will start spawning at higher levels in certain parts of the wild area, so that's cool. Contains Breaking Swipe, a move that we didn't see him use at all. It's a pretty decent move, actually. Not huge amounts of damage, but it works. It's Dragon type, and it reduces the target's attack. Well, not bad. Not bad at all. Hey, did you folks make any discovery in the last, like, 15 minutes? Yeah, no, Hop is definitely not beating us at bare minimum. I'd be surprised if he beats Raihan, to be honest with you. Well, I mean, you guys have these weird dog statues. That's a start, at least. Oh, wow, look, she's in a lab coat. Wow. I might look into it. I did set some stuff in the filter already, so it does ban a couple of them at least already. I saw one get auto banned today, which I think I just set those up over the weekend, so yeah, this would be the first time that I would actually... Yeah, okay, so that's the one. Yeah. I had that in there. I think I also have viewers in there, which, to be fair, the one that I saw get banned, you know, crammed a bunch of symbols on there. But again, my thought was like, who uses that word in that sort, you know, other context? I may change it later, but for now, that's where we're sitting. I think, at bare minimum, like, the one that's part of the link, that's not going to ever need to be removed for any reason, because no one else would say it for other reasons. And... oh boy, words. And obviously, it's not like they're going to start dumping crap loads of symbols into the link name that they're trying to get you to go to, right? That would be some weird behavior even by the standards of these robots. Oh, that's a very strange thing to do, so... oops. That's all I can say there. Anyway, oh hey look, it's grapple locked. Just want to take a look around the area, see what's... yeah, there's some wild Copperaja, we haven't seen those before. Bisharp we have. Kling Klang, no. Oh well, that was several years ago, so at least... God, I don't think my glasses for that long. Wait. Is Vikavolt in this yes, because you can get you can fight the previous form of it. I have fought the previous form of it on stream. So, I can confirm that one, that... yeah, Vikavolt is in this generation. This would be the period when they changed the evolution to just feed it a Thunderstone. Okay, what level is this thing? Other than high enough level to hurt? Level 56. Yeah, the Pokemon in the wild area have gained quite a few levels, as you can see, and they are... mostly at higher evolution stages. Not entirely, plus if you go back towards the entrance, I think they level down a little bit, but... oh, hey, look, it's Orbeetle. We see these very rarely. Orbeetle is in a weird position where, like, I also realize I feel like I've just very, very rarely seen Blitbug out in the wild, so its entire family only kind of exists, really. Like, yeah, it's out there, but you don't see very many of them for being like the regional standard bug. On the other hand, you see a lot of these birds. Oh yes, 2 protects in a row. Yeah, okay, sure. If you see an enemy use protect, that means that it's going to succeed, by the way. Just immediately assume. Let's pick that up. And now everybody is level 50 or higher, so that's good. Put you up the front for a little while. Nope. And there's one of those huge birds drawing in. A little slowly, but... Alright. I'm not going to mess with the Boldors just because they often have sturdy, and I'm looking more for stuff I can one-shot. But also... see if I can do this raid. Oh, right, this was the squirrel. Wait, no. Dynamax. And let's see how this goes. Alright, now it's throwing up its shield, so of course our Max Knuckle did very little damage. And it's unfortunate. Oh, you jerk. Counter. Okay, sure, buddy. Oh, this Maractus is just using Solar Beam when it is not good for that with the lack of Torkoal on the field. Hey, good work, Hawlucha. And I'm definitely not capturing that squirrel. I just want its lunch money. And it coughed up decently. Hooray. Ooh, I see a big beam over there, so that one is going to be worth a little more. Neat, got a great ball. Hooray. Ah, I just rammed into a Snorlax that wasn't fully loaded in yet. Thank you. And get bonked. Ooh. Squish. As a rule, that's usually the case. At least it was in my first playthrough, but I took that a lot slower than I'm taking this. So there's probably that to deal with it. Alright, so what do we got here? Oh, wow, it's a 4-star, and it's a Steelix, huh? Well, sure thing, game. Let's do this. Well, we managed to... Oh, it just set up its shield kind of early, I guess. And there's good old Martin's Soul Rock doing its thing. These movesets on a lot of these Pokemon are absolute garbage, man. Also, holy shit, that's... I wasn't expecting that thing to die in one hit. That's weird. Yeah, Delmise just constantly uses... Holy fuck. Fuck this entire awful creature. Just... Wow. Anyway, yeah, this Delmise that shows up in the battles uses Giga Drain as the main thing that I've seen it do damage with. Which, why? It's not a special attacking Pokemon. It's not very good at that. On the other hand, apparently it died in one hit from Steelix's metal thing, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't feel like Steelix does that kind of damage. Well, at least we should be doing a good chunk of damage to its HP here. Top of that, yeah. Debuffs. And Martin's Soul Rock doing like 2 damage. That does slightly more damage, but not really because it's a special wall, physical wall rather. Max Quake, and I'm not dying from that at least, so good. It raises its SPDF again. Yeah, see, I get why in this situation, but as a rule... And, of course, it killed... Well, cool. I was in good shape to get this, and then the game was just like, yeah, by the way, no. Well, this one might not be very viable today, I don't think. Meanwhile, this big sheep orb, this should be quite doable. This should be quite easy to fight off. Alright, well, thanks for dropping in, Roundy. See you later. Admittedly, we're in the part of things that are probably not super interesting either, so... Fair time to... Fair time to cut and run. Well, I mean, sure, you go ahead and do that, buddy. I mean, you could have quick attacked and made sure that the Salazzle broke the barrier so I could do something, but hey, what do I know about strategy? These bot partners are pretty bad. Hooray, I actually got the boost this time. Wow, thank you. At bare minimum, on this level, I'm not sure that I can take all the blame for the bad strategy here, because a large part of it is that the AI for the partner Pokemon is complete not good. And also, their move pools to begin with are pretty shit. Like, there's a lot of these Pokemon that have builds that it's like, oh, you could do that. Or you could not. And then on top of that, at least one random Pokemon you can end up with is Wobbuffet, which, you know, it doesn't really matter what Wobbuffet does, right? That's going to go poorly. I'm picking up this close combat technical record, even though I probably should look into Earthquake or similar for Forge, but I do at least... Close combat is a thing that I don't think any of our Pokemon are going to get naturally, so... Anyway, I think we're good for the moment, at least, in terms of stuff out here. And we got ourselves a pretty decent move that we can put to use later. But for now... the time is to go heal. And then take the train up to... up to Route 10. I think it's Route 10. Hey, a cutscene. Wow. Yep, make your way to Wyndon. Wow, it's like it resembles London as a name, but also a little bit of Wimbledon. Wow. Well, Route 10. This is our victory road for the game. Because we don't have a proper one of those, oddly enough. It's not like caves don't exist. This isn't a great matchup, but we might be able to survive it. I'm hoping yeah, I was gonna say, I'm hoping our opponent doesn't, but... This is a good Pokemon to lead off with, just under any circumstances, basically. Ah, Steelix. That's a little bit not my favorite thing to fight with this, that's for sure. But I'm feeling confident that we can at least hurt it a fair bit. Oh yeah, we can drop it in one hit. Alright. That's more than I was expecting, because Steelix does have a lot of physical defense on its side. Like, that thing is one sturdy motherfucker. So, the fact that we one-shot it, actual shock. And hey, we got some Mr. Mimes there. Scouting ahead a little bit. This guy's stopping to look at his phone. Yeah, you go ahead and buff Weavile, that's fine. But send out Claydol. That is a thing we'll switch for. Granted, Claydol is a fairly specially defensive Pokemon, so we might not get a one-shot here, but let's go for it. There we go. Good enough. Oh, hey, look, one of these things. It's a really good Pokemon. Ready for the Switch 2 Direct? Oh, yeah, that's the thing that's happening soonish. I have no idea what to expect. Aside from it will relate to the Switch 2. I have a feeling that I probably won't be able to get a Switch 2 for a minute at least, just by virtue of the fact that I feel like stock is probably going to suck. See what his, oh, he's got Flygon for his other one. Well, that's a pretty easy Pokemon to deal with. I can't EQ it, so... Smart Strike should still do good damage, at least. Oh, yeah, one shot. Well, with a crit, I mean, of course. Ah, yes, and who's this random, goofy-looking... Oh, he's supposed to be a... Yeah, he's a postman, not a cop. I just guessed from the hat. Send a Noctowl. I'll switch to deal with that, just because Drill is getting kind of beat up. Wow, Noctowl not dying in one hit? That's bizarre. Shift available. I just feel like it's up really close. Oh, hey, there's Bayartic. And it's a weird patch of crotch spikes. Oh, hey, something that changed the weather. Off of hail. That's fine. But switching right on. Well, I have something that's not But no, let's do it this way. That'll be fine. Ah, Darmanitan. This is just pure ice right now, so we can probably give it a hassle with this. Unfortunately, now we're still dealing with the hail effects, but oh well. And hey, look, another grapple locked. Well, this will probably get demolished just like every other grapple lock we've ever seen. So, yeah, that level especially. Ugh. Ah, I see. They want a double battle, right? Oh. Cling Clang and the Doofy Lizard. Well, at bare minimum, I can do this. And I can say to myself, boy, I regret not putting Corvin in the second slot, because, yeah. Ooh, nice chunk of levels there. Oh, do you still have more Pokemon? Or am I just being penalized for existing? Sending out Noivern and Togedemaru. Well, it's like you guys didn't finish your strategy almost. Well, Noivern might need a couple of hits to take down. There we go. It's the first... one of the very few times I've seen a double battle trainer who has more than 2 Pokemon in this game. I mean, of course Raihan did, but... are there any others? Pokemon is so weird about how much they want double battles to matter. Oh, he is going to get thrown out. I think it would be funny to watch them chuck him in the river. But perhaps I'm a terrible person. Oh, wait, yeah. I already know that. Well, whatever. It's been about 3 hours, just about. That route was shorter than I thought it was, and yet also longer. So, we're going to save, and we're going to pick this up next time. As much as I'm tempted to swap it with the Thursday stream, because then I could play Balatro on Tuesday, and it would be fitting for April Fool's Day, but no. We're not doing that.